all you bits and bobs? It's your boy Pixcelation coming at you with a video that I have not done in a while. So, I'm calling this a seasonal watcher drop. Now, before we get into it, I have to give you a little bit of background information, especially for the people who are brand new to the channel. So, first and foremost, before the worldwide panini, I actually would do seasonal videos where I would talk about what shows are coming on this season, what anime specifically are coming on this season, which ones are most interesting to me, which ones I would feasibly watch. And I haven't done one of those in a while. I think the last one I did was before I quit the last time. So I haven't done one since I've really been back, and I wanted to do one for spring, for the upcoming season. Also, Watch or Drop is a series that I did back in 2019, where that series took the form of each individual video talking about a different new anime, but those took a lot of time, so I am not doing those anymore. But I want to do like seasonal, hey, this is what I want to watch, this is what I'm thinking about watching. I'm using AniChart, by the way, AniList, not sponsored, could be sponsored, but not sponsored. I actually really like the layout of this site more than my anime list or live chart, but any of them are valid. However you determine however you keep track of your anime consumption, because there's a lot of them. And this season, from what I understand, there is quite a lot. So we are going to jump right into it. This might be a very long video, but hey, you know what? Watch time, am I right? Anyway, so I'm gonna sort it by popularity, because we want to talk about the best, most popular series. I won't say best, because it's not always that the best anime are the most popular ones, at least in my opinion. Starting us off with a bang, we have The Rising of the Shield Hero, Season 2. It has been quite a hot minute, I think, since Season 1. I really liked Season 1. I think that, unfortunately, what happens with me, and this is a me problem, I know this is a me problem, but what happens with me is that I will watch a very good show, and as soon as it's over, even though I acknowledge it's a good show, it's like, I'm just like, I don't really care anymore. But I am very excited for Season 2. I want to see what they do with it. It's Kinema Centris is back. I'm pretty sure they did the first season. I'm very excited, very hyped. There's not much information to go off of the description, but normally I would read the description, but, as you can see, there is not really a description. Then we've got one that I'm very curious about, and I tried reading the manga, I just couldn't really do it. And it's not because the manga was bad, it's more just my attention span is very garbage. But Spy X Family. It's by Cloverworks, so I'm still a little bit, apprehensive when it comes to Cloverworks, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I am very apprehensive when it comes to Cloverworks, because more so than any other studio that in existence, in my opinion, they are a studio that has more hits or misses. It's very much a hit or miss studio, right? A lot of studios make good stuff, they make bad stuff, but like traditionally speaking, you can usually tell based off of who is doing a studio of the level of quality that it'll have. Like for example, JC Staff. It's gonna be tolerable. It's not gonna be anything flashy. It's not gonna be anything like overly remarkable, but it'll be serviceable. Same with Lurke. I don't know how to say their name. They do a lot of anime, so it's kind of standard, okay? But then you have like UFO-dable or Ufotable, however you say their name. They are traditionally like top tier, high quality animation, right? Cloverworks is like, you can never tell what it's gonna be like, okay? Because while you do have garbage fests like The Promised Neverland Season 2 and Tokyo 24th Ward, which I was like, oh, Jesus. Darling in the Franxx was Cloverworks, partially. Wonder Egg Priority. You know, you've got 4 major examples of, like, they dropped the ball with that shit. But then you also have Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. You've got Horimiya. You've got My Dress Up Darling. You've got possibly Spy X Family will join that list if it's any good. But let's read the description real quick. Everyone has a part of themselves they cannot show to anyone else. At a time when all nations of the world were involved in a fierce war of information happening behind closed doors, Ostania and Westalis had been in a state of cold war against one another for decades. The Westalis Intelligence Service's Eastern Focus Division, WISE, nice, sends their most talented spy, Twilight, on a top-secret mission to investigate the movements of Donovan Desmond, the chairman of Ostania's National Unity Party, who is threatening peace efforts between the two nations. The mission is known as Operation Strix. It consists of putting together a family in 1 week in order to infiltrate social gatherings organized by the elite school that Desmond's son attends. Twilight takes on the identity of psychiatrist Lloyd Forger and starts looking for family members. But Anya, the daughter he adopts, turns out to have the ability to read people's minds, while his wife Yor is an assassin. With it being in each of their own interests to keep these facts hidden, they start living together while concealing their true identities from one another. World peace is now in the hands of this brand new family as they embark on an adventure full of surprises. So it's action comedy. Okay, you know what? This actually does sound really good. I'm gonna add it to watching. Okay, so next up we've got Kaguya-sama Love is War Ultra Romantic. Now, I won't lie, I have only seen part of Season 2, but I really liked Season 1, I really liked what I saw Season 2. It's just that Season 2 aired right around the time when the Panini started. I really just kind of fell off the wagon, and I need to get back on before it starts, and I don't know. I'm recording this in mid to late March, so I have no idea if that's going to be possible. But one thing I would like to do is I would like to watch the rest of Season 2 so I can be caught up for Season 3. I will put this as a maybe, just because of the fact that I don't know if I'm going to have the ability to catch up in time. But let's read the description anyway. It's not much to go off of. The 3rd season of Love is War. The extended 10-minute long trailer is not added to the site. Okay, so that's just a note. Okay. But yeah, I mean, if you watch Season 1 and 2, you pretty much know what you're going to get into with this one. It's more adventures with Kaguya and... I then forgot what the main character, what the other main character's name is. Anyway, moving on. Komi Can't Communicate Part 2. Now, I have not seen the whole thing of Season 1 yet. That's another one that I need to catch up on. I know, I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of it. I liked it alright, I just didn't want to binge it. And eventually I just fell off the wagon, you know. You know how it goes, The 2nd season of Komi-san. Komi and pals are back. Who else will Komi make friends with? How will her relationship with Tadano evolve? Again, I'm going to put it as a maybe watching because, I don't know. Data Live 4. It's 4th season of Data Live. I have no idea what Data Live is. Honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and put that as not watching because I have not seen any of the Data Lives. If I should watch Data Live, let me know in the comments below. Let me know why. What's the selling point for Data Live? If you think I should watch that, go leave me a note in the comments, but not before hitting that subscribe button. Do it right now. Anyway, moving on. A couple of cuckoos. I've seen some visuals from this, and it looks very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Mixed up with another family's child as a baby, high school student Umino Nagi is finally meeting his biological parents. On the day of their meeting, he happens to encounter Amino Erika, a high school student at a prestigious and wealthy girls' school. At her request, he's half forced into pretending to be her boyfriend so she can avoid marrying her fiancé. However, not only were they the babies who had been mixed up, they're also engaged to each other. Wait, hold on. The loving parents of both families officially recognize their engagement, and the couple begins living together. Nagi is in love with his classmate Sagawa Hiro, and Erika is determined to rebel against her father, so the couple agree not to get involved with each other. The mixed up... Wait, hold on. Hold on. What? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta reread this, because the names... It's all jumbled up in my head right now. Mixed up with another family's child as a baby. High school student Umino Nagi is finally meeting his biological parents. Okay, that much that's clear, okay? On the day of their meeting, he happens to encounter Amino Erika. Okay, I'm with you so far. A high school student at a prestigious and wealthy girls' school. Okay, we are 100% comprende. At her request, he's half forced into pretending to be her boyfriend so she can avoid marrying her fiance. Okay, I've seen this plot before. However, not only were they the babies who had been mixed up, they're also engaged to each other. But okay, I don't think I'm gonna understand this until I see the first episode. A lot of these descriptions are very, one, they're very long, and two, they are very confusing. They don't, there's a lot of times where the descriptions will not give a proper description or a proper synopsis of what is actually going to happen. Like, for example, based on these descriptions, I once thought that Violet Evergarden was about a robot, and I was confused about that for many years, because they implied that she was a robot in the descriptions, and she's not. A lot of these descriptions, they just, it's not meant to capture your attention in a way, you know. So I'm probably gonna watch. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it and watch it, because I'm probably gonna watch the first episode at the very least. But we will see how that goes. Next up, we got Summertime Render, which I also was curious about, because it reminds me of Kagero Project. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with it, but the name reminds me of Summertime Summertime Record, and it's got me curious. A tragic incident calls a young man named Shinpei back to his hometown on the remote island of Hikotoshima, Japan. But something sinister awaits upon his return, and a chilling sequence of events unfolds that will have dire consequences for Shinpei, for Japan, and for the entire world. See, that's perfect length. I have no idea what that something sinister is, but I'm very curious. It's enough for me to say I'm gonna probably watch it. The Greatest Demon Lord is Reborn as a Typical Nobody by Silverlink. Okay, so here's the thing. I have a very love-hate relationship with Silverlink, because Silverlink made A Sister's All You Need, and that's one of my favorite anime of all time. But I don't think I've liked almost anything that they have ever made aside from that. So I'm pretty sure I'm probably not even going to bother with this one. I'm not going to lie. But let's read the description just to see what it's about. As the most powerful entity of all time, the demon lord Varvatos thinks life is a big fat snore. When he takes matters into his own hands and decides to reincarnate, he calibrates his magical strength to be perfectly average. But there is no way he could have predicted that everyone in the modern world would be weak as hell, which means he's totally overpowered once again. Reborn under the name Ard, he has ladies fawning over him, the royal family begging him to become the next king, and the next minion insisting on killing him. But Ard has a one-track mind, and he won't stop at anything to achieve his ultimate goal. Again, it sounds so fucking bog standard, to be completely honest with you. I have a problem with, not only with isekai, I have a problem with a lot of different genres, but isekai is on the top of my shit list, to put it bluntly. And this just sounds like a bog standard isekai. I don't really have any incentive to watch, so I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Skeleton Knight in Another World. Here we go again. Another isekai. One day, a gamer played video games until he fell asleep, and when he woke up, he found himself in the game world as a skeleton. Oh! Equipped with the powerful weapons and armor of his avatar, but stuck with its frightening skeletal appearance, Ark has to find a place for himself in this new fantastical land. All his hopes for a quiet life are dashed when he crosses paths with a beautiful elven warrior, setting him on a journey full of conflict and adventure. Okay, that actually might be half decent, and the only reason I say that is because even though it starts off, as, oh, you woke up in a video game. It's like, I hate those fucking anime, right? But I am vaguely curious. Just because the Skeleton Knight, it might be, you know, it might be okay. I'm not gonna give it as, I'm gonna put maybe. I'll say maybe. Maybe this one might be decent. Okay, here we go. Here's the one, Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It, I think it's called. Season 2. I am so freaking ready for this. Season 1 was dense as hell. It was so fucking infuriating sometimes because these two characters just like... But then again, it was also really cute, and I really dug it. And whenever they announced Season 2, I was like, I'm in! So yes, most definitely I'm watching that. Plus the opening and ending are fire as hell. Ascendance of a Bookworm, yeah, that's it. I have not seen any of the previous seasons, so I'm gonna say not, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna start it one day. I'm not gonna be able to catch up in time for season 3, but let's read anime adaptation of Part 2, Volume 3 and 4 of Hanzuki no Gekkokojo. An immense display of mana in front of the Knight's Order has earned mine the attention of nobles. The results, yet more people appearing hoping to exploit the young apprentice Shrine Maiden's value. And so the High Priestess decides to shelter Mine in the temple to safeguard her from the impending danger he foresees. But Mine's main concern is still books, and she works to advance the printing process so that the price falls and more people can buy them. Her long winter in the temple away from her family begins, but everything changes as the harsh winter passes and the spring nears, offering a glimpse into what the future holds for this biblio-fantasy. It seems interesting, and apparently it's good enough to deserve a season 3, so one of these days I probably will try to watch it, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Next up, we got Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie by Doga Kobo. Okay, Doga Kobo is another one of those studios where I think they do more good than bad, but at the same time, it is still a grab bag. You know, sometimes they'll do like really fucking weird lolly shit, and then sometimes they'll do really, really cute shit, you know? So it's like, you kind of just take the good with the bad, you know? Like Uzumade, I tried watching Uzumade, I just could not. I couldn't. It's just, I don't know. The ultimate heartthrob girlfriend appears. Naturally unlucky, the high school student Izumi's girlfriend is classmate Shikimori. She has a beautiful smile and kind personality and always seems happy when she's with Izumi. She's a pretty, cute, and loving girlfriend, but when Izumi's in trouble, she transforms into a super cool heartthrob girlfriend. The fun lives of the cute and cool Shikimori, Izumi, and their good friends never end. Is that to imply that they are immortal? Because that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I probably will watch this one. It looks cute, and I think it'll be pretty funny. I dig it, you know. Demon Next Girl season, the Demon Girl Next Door season 2. I have not seen season 1. But I do have it. It's on my agenda to watch season 1. This looked cute, and I think that it would be a pretty good one. Obviously, it's getting season 2. Second season of Machikado Mazuko Shamiko, aka Shadow Mistress. Shamiko. Okay, so it's not this. Okay, Machikado Mazoku is the name. Okay. Shamiko, aka Shadow Mistress Yuko, aims to break the curse placed on her family by the Clan of Light. Along the way, she forms an unlikely allegiance with Momo, a rival from the Light Clan. They'll need to work together to find another magical girl who's gone mysteriously missing, and what's this? There's a dangerous force lurking somewhere in the city. Plus, Shamiko's mysterious father might be closer than she thinks. Interesting, cool. If you've seen season 1, then you know what to expect. I'm gonna go ahead and say maybe, you know, depending on if I can catch up on time, you know? Aharen-san wa hakarenai. What is the English title for that? Let's see. Is there one? There is not one yet. Well, that's bound to get one in the near future. Where is... Okay. Let's see. It is by Felix Film. I don't know. Felix Film also did Hairpin Double, Other Side Picnic. Okay. Nekopara. Okay, so they haven't done too much. They did have a canceled anime called Avabel Online, but that's not to say that this is going to be bad, but let's see. The story follows the indecipherable daily life of the short and quiet Reina Aharen and Raido, who sits next to her. Aharen is not so good at gauging the distance between people, and Raido initially felt some distance between the two of them. One day, when Raido picked up the eraser that Aharen had dropped, the distance between them suddenly became uncomfortably close. Huh. That could be good. I want to put maybe. Maybe. Next up, we got Love After World Domination by Project Number 9. I'm curious, what have they done? Project Number 9 was the one who did a lot of familiar stuff, but I can't think... Higehiro. Ugh. Bottom tier character Tomodachi. Katana Maiden's OVA. Pastel Memories. Ryuo's work is never done. That was actually pretty good, despite it being kind of lollycrap. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, so we got there are two sides to every coin: light versus dark, good versus evil, love versus hate. Sometimes the line between the two grows thin, and it's so easy to cross. So it's no surprise that Fudo Aikawa, aka Red Gelato of the Gelato 5 and hero to all people, just may have happened to fall for the villainous and member of the shadow organization Gecko, Nesumi Maguhara. But when opposites like these attract, there's more than a few obstacles to their love. What's a pair like this to do? So this seems like it's kind of riffing on the tokusatsu, the whole tokusatsu genre, you know, like Super Sentai, Power Rangers. Kind of like how there's one this season that was, I don't know what it's called, but it was like where the villains were the main characters and they were creating monsters. And I haven't seen more than one episode of it, but it's kind of like, it reminds me of that. Okay, I mean, I go ahead. Maybe. I'll give this one a maybe. The Executioner and Her Way of Life, by JC Staff. Okay, there's the first JC Staff we've seen this season. When interdimensional travelers from an otherworldly land known as Japan appear, they often bring death and destruction. Well, that's just xenophobic. It's up to executioners like Menno to track and exterminate the lost ones before they wreak havoc. When Menno encounters a beguiling lost one named Akari, it's bloody business as usual, until Menno discovers Akari can cheat death, that is. Even so, Menno has a job to do, and she is committed to her executioner's mission, come hell or high water, provided her newly stirring feelings don't get in the way. Okay, well, maybe. Dancer by Mappa. Okay, so Mappa is a studio that I'm getting a little tired of hearing from, because they have done so much lately that you've heard stories about overworking being exceptionally bad at Mappa. But, you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna, like, punish the animators for that. That's entirely on the executive staff, but let's see what this is about. Dancer Noble, a ballet dancer qualified to dance the role of the prince. Second-year junior high school student Murao Junpei was fascinated by ballet as a boy but gave up on dancing after his father's death, as he had to become a man. However, one day, a beautiful transfer student named Godai Miyako appears before him. Miyako takes notice in Junpei's love of ballet and invites him to dance with her. Along with Miyako's cousin, Mori Ruo, he begins his career as a full-fledged ballet dancer with the aim of becoming the world's best dancer, the Dancer Noble. Only those who have sacrificed everything are permitted to stand in the beautiful and harsh world of classical ballet. What will the fate of a total beginner like Junpei? What will the fate be? What will be the fate of a total beginner like Junpei? Okay, I mean, maybe. I don't know. It reminds me of Welcome to the Ballroom, in the sense of the point of it being ballet / ballroom dancing. I haven't seen Welcome to the Ballroom yet, but I really want to, so maybe I'll use this as an excuse to watch both, but Moving on, we've got gigantic foreheads. Kunoichi Tsubaki no Mune no Uchi, which is in the heart of Kunoichi, inside Tsubaki Kunoichi's heart, or in the heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki. Okay, cool. Why? Okay. It's another Cloverworks, so this is Cloverworks number 2 for this season, I'm pretty sure. Cloverworks also, yeah, they're also doing Spy X Family, that's right. I was thinking about, like, I was like, making sure I actually got that right. Kunoichi Tsubaki, yeah, okay, so the story centers on the titular Tsubaki Kunoichi, the best student in her school. She lives in a village of women with the rule that they cannot have contact with men. However, she has a curiosity about men that she cannot reveal. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say watch it because the art style looks cute and it also seems like it'll be pretty funny. Yeah, it may be one of those. Depending on how they execute it, it might be one of those ones I drop pretty quickly. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna watch it. Love Live Nijigasaki Season 2. Oh boy, we are definitely watching this. Season 1 was very great. I think that it could have ended a little differently because I felt like they kind of messed up one of the characters just a little bit by making her like a pseudo yandere. But aside from that, I think it was a really good season, and I'm really excited to watch more of these girls. Don't Hurt Me, My Healer by Jumondo. Who is Jumondo? Oh, they did Yuri. They also did Sea Control and Oremo. Ew. Anyway, the story of the series follows Alvin, a knight with saint-like patience for annoying people, and Carla, a dark elf healer with a sharp tongue. Sorry, my brain is not processing words, and a rotten personality who always speaks without thinking first. Together, they form a party and go on fantastical adventures. I cannot say that this sounds super interesting, so I'll say maybe. I'm not gonna rule it out, but maybe. We got Magia Record final season, which apparently is not a full season. It's just gonna be 4 episodes, which is okay. So here's the thing with Shaft. Okay, I love Shaft. Don't take that out of context. I love Studio Shaft. Okay, it is a fantastic studio. I've loved them since the earliest days of Negima, Pony Pony Dash, but as someone who's done a lot of research into Shaft for my panel on them, this concerns me a little bit because I'm pretty sure this was originally supposed to be a full season, and now it's just going to be a 4-episode season, and it's got me concerned for the well-being of Studio Shaft. I won't lie, because like, I don't know, they haven't really been pulling out the punches lately. I feel like Simbo has kind of been in the even further background than he normally is, and I worry that as soon as he retires, I worry that the whole studio is gonna fall apart because he's been the crux of Studio Shaft for 20 years pretty much, and you know, I actually think it's more like 18 years, but still, the point of the matter, he's been the crux of the studio for many, many, many years, and I'm afraid that once he retires, that it's just all gonna fall apart, and I don't want that. I don't want to see that because, you know, not only is it a great studio, and I want to see them thrive, but also, you know, we've got March Comes In Like a Lion Season 2, or Season 3 not coming, that hasn't been announced, but like, they need to make another season of March Comes In Like a Lion. They need to make another season of the Monogatari series. They need to make a lot of other things. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? You know. That being said, I haven't seen any of Magia Record yet, except for like the first episode of Season 1. So I can't say that I'm gonna watch this one right now, but eventually maybe. I've heard that it's not great, but I've heard it's not bad either. So it's like, you know, depends on your perspective, I guess. Next up, I'm Quitting Heroine, EMT Squared. This is one I think I've seen in the news lately, and I'm just like, it doesn't seem too interesting to me, but let's read it. After saving humanity from the despicable Demon King, Leo Demonheart does not earn a hero's standing. Instead, he is regarded with suspicion and hostility by those he fought to protect. Treated as a pariah with nowhere else to turn, exiled Leo seeks a position in the army of his former nemesis. But the army is not what it once was before its defeat at Leo's hands. Excuse me. So to maintain his new position, Leo must whip the forces back into fighting shape. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. That actually does seem kind of interesting. I'm gonna put maybe. It does seem interesting in the sense that it's not your traditional, hero, demon lord, or demon king story. You know, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go join the enemy's forces because I'm not being appreciated. Which I think we can all relate a little bit to that. You know, if we try to do something nice and it's just like not received well, and it's like, well, shit, I should have done the opposite. But I'll give the first couple episodes a try. I think. Daimon. But on. See, my first thought is Encourage, but it's Encourage. Encourage Films. Nagomu Irino returns to his Kyoto home for the first time in 10 years when his father is hospitalized. Nagomu is eager to take over Ryukosho, the family's Japanese sweet shop, but he's instead asked to be a father figure to Itsuka Yukihira, the girl everyone calls the successor. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna say maybe, and the main reason for this, I am incredibly suspicious anytime there's an anime involving a older man and a child. And the reason I'm suspicious is because if I had a dime for every time an anime started with that premise and ended with the older man marrying the child when they get older, which is basically grooming, it is grooming. If I had a dime for every time that an anime started with that premise and ended with that happening, I would only have like 10 or 20 cents. But you know what? It's weird that it happened twice. Moving on. Soccer anime. Probably not gonna watch this, but let's read it. Awashi. Ashito Aoi is a young, aspiring soccer player from a backwater town in Japan. His hopes of getting into a high school with good soccer club are dashed when he causes an incident during a critical match for his team, which results in their loss and elimination from the tournament. Nevertheless, he catches the eye of someone important who happened to be visiting from Tokyo. How will things turn out for Ashito? Now, this is Production IG, so I'm gonna say maybe. I have been getting into sports anime lately. I'm not a huge sports person in general, but I have been getting into sports anime, and they seem to be, at the very least, watchable. So I'll probably give this one an episode or two. Tomodachi Game. This is one that I actually am very curious in watching. But let's read it real quick. High school student Katagiri Yuichi, who values friendship above all else, enjoys a fulfilling life with his close friends Sawagiri Shiho, Mikasa Tenji, Shibe Makoto, and Kokorogi Yutori. However, after a particular incident, they're dragged into a debt repayment game. Oh. The only way to beat the Tomodachi game is to not doubt their friends. Bound together by solid friendships, the game should have been easy, but the hugely popular comic that sold over 2 million... okay. It should have been easy, but... I was wondering, what the fuck? Okay. That's just America, the anime. I don't know about that one. You know what? I'm curious. I'll probably give it a shot. Let's do... Yeah, I'll go ahead and say watching. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Otome games is tough for mobs. You know what? I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna read it just to see. Office worker Leon is reincarnated into a particularly punishing dating sim video game where women reign supreme and only beautiful men have a seat at the table. But Leon has a secret weapon. He remembers everything from his past life, which includes a complete playthrough of the very game in which he is now trapped. Watch Leon spark a revolution to change this new world in order to fulfill his ultimate desire of living a quiet, easy life in the countryside. Why is it that every single... Okay, here's a question I'm gonna genuinely ask, okay? I said earlier I have a problem with isekais and MMOs. And it's true. Why is it that, like, it seems to be impossible for light novelists to make stories about characters who are in a fantasy setting without it being either an isekai or an MMO or both. Like, you know that you can make stories where these characters are in a fantasy setting and not have it be an isekai or have it be an MMORPG. It could just be that they live in this world. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, definitely probably not gonna watch that. Birdie Wing Golf Girls Story, Bandai Namco Pictures. The story centers on two young women golfers named Eve and Aoi Amawashi. The two come from completely different backgrounds and have the completely opposite playstyles, and together they will shake the world of golf. Probably not. Let's be real. I'm not really into golf. Like I said, I'm not a sports person. With very few exceptions, I will give a sports anime a shot, but I don't really know. You know what? Just for the sake of brevity, yeah, I'll say maybe, because I may come back in 3 months and be like, it was the greatest sports anime ever. But yeah, to become a real heroine, the unpopular girl and the secret task. Okay. Hiyori left her hometown to pursue her passion, track and field, by enrolling in Tokyo's Sakuragaoke High School. Looking for a part-time job in Tokyo, she ended up working as an apprentice manager for her classmates and Lip X Lip members, Yujiro Someya and Aizo Shibasaki. The story revolves around the coming of age of Hiyori as she juggles school, extracurricular life, and managing, and Lip as they shine on stage. Okay, you know what? That actually does kind of sound interesting. I'm going to go ahead and say yes on that because I think it sounds interesting. Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall, which is like the new anime for Black Rock Shooter. I will probably give this one a shot because I am vaguely familiar. Now, depending on if they want you to have watched the former Black Rock Shooter anime, then I may not. But if it's a reboot or whatever, then I will give it a shot for sure. RPG Fudosan. The story begins 15 years after the Demon King was defeated and the world has become peaceful. Kotone, who graduated from school and became a magician, acquired the kingdom-affiliated RPG Real Estate in order to find a new home. In reality, RPG Real Estate was Kotone's place of employment, and together with Fa, a demi-human, the priest, Rufuria, and the soldier, Rakira, they help support the searches of new homes for the customers with various circumstances. I don't know. I'm gonna probably say maybe for a lot of these. This is Doga Kobo, so it could be cute, but it also could be garbage, so we'll just kind of play it by ear. Miss Corporate Slave wants to be healed by a lolly spirit. Okay, it is raising a red flag a little bit, but it could be like the Fox Spirit, not the Fox Spirit Matchmaker, but the healing spirit. I don't know what it's called. You know, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Where like it's like the main character is overworked and he gets healed by the Fox Spirit. It could be like that. So I'm gonna say maybe. Let's read it. A little ghost girl gets worried when Miss Fushihara, a corporate slave, is working till midnight and tries to make her go home. While saying leave now, the ghost girl helps and brings her refreshments, healing Miss Fushihara's heart with her preciousness. Be healed by the heartwarming daily life of the cute little ghost and the corporate slave, Miss... See, that does sound cute. I hope that they don't do what they probably will do with it, but, you know, we'll see. Love All Play by Nippon Animation and OLM. The story follows Ryuo Mizushima, who was once an obscure badminton player in middle school. He now strives to become a top athlete and take his high school team to the Inter High tournament. You know what? Again, I'm not a huge sports guy, but I will give this one a shot because it does. It sounds like an inspiring tale of, overcoming the odds, kind of. The Dawn of the Witch, Tezuka Productions. I can't remember. Who am I? What am I? Seville is a student at a magic academy who has no memories of anything from before he joined the school. Not understanding why he's there, the time he spends at the academy feels hollow and empty. And since he doesn't know how to work hard, his grades are always the lowest in his year. Then, one day, the school headmaster, Albus, orders Seville to participate in a dangerous special training. I want you to spread the use of magic in an area where they hold witch hunts. It has only been a few years since the war between the church and the witches came to an end. The world has not yet fully accepted witches and their magic. But this is the dawn of an age of the witch. This is a story of how the young man, a boy who is no one special, and his companions, who all hold wounds in their hearts, set out and end up finding themselves. I am going to say maybe, because it does seem kind of forgettable, but at the same time, it very well could be... Oh, sorry. It very well could be Wandering Witch, and that it's kind of one of those shows where I didn't expect to like it, but I loved it, so I'm going to give that one a shot for sure. Alright, we got Kingdom 4, the fourth season of Kingdom. I have not really ever heard of that, so probably not. Gunjo no Fun Fanfare Ladus. The story takes place at a horse racing academy that trains boys to become jockeys. The 3-year academy is very competitive, and those who wish to enter must not only pass an academic test, but a physical and fitness test as well. Yu Arimura is a former popular idol who becomes enamored with horse racing after seeing it for the first time and wants to join the academy. Shun Kanami was raised on an island and only experienced horse races through radio broadcasts growing up. Amane comes from a high-class family in England, and his father is a former jockey. Amane has previously attended horse racing academies in various countries. The show follows these 3 15-year-old boys at the academy. Okay, again, I'm not a huge sports guy, but I don't really find... I think like horse racing is probably one of the ones that I'm just like... I don't think there's a future where I'm going to ever really find that interesting. So I'm going to say that's probably not going to be on my list. I may give it a shot, and I'll correct myself in a future video if it ends up being good, but I, as of now, don't expect me to watch that. Onipan, by Wit Studio. Over the centuries, Oni, demons of Japanese folklore, got a pretty bad reputation. Now it's up to 3 plucky Oni kids, Sunny Tsusuji, cool Tsuyukusa, and boisterous Himawari, to improve human Oni relations through love, friendship, and super-powered underpants. I'll give it a shot. I have a feeling I'm going to drop it very quickly, depending on how it is handled. Because it could be innocent, but it also could be what it's probably going to be. So take from that what you will. Kyokai Senki Part 2. I don't know what Kyokai Senki is. What is the English title? Warrior at the Borderline. I've never heard of that, so probably not. Build Divide Code Black 2. I didn't really find that interesting to begin with, so probably not. Shin Ikitosen. Ikitosen. Okay, so that's a brand new season or a new series for an old property. Maybe I'll watch that. I never really watched the original, so I don't know how interested I'm going to be, but I'll give it a shot. Healer Girl. This is one that I really depicts the world of healer girls, high school girls who cure people with singing. I definitely want to watch this one because it is not only is it by Studio 3H, but who's the director? Because the director Yasuhiro Irie, who also did he was also he was involved in Fullmetal Alchemist, but he was also he was the episode director for FMA 03 and for Brotherhood. Yeah, he did a lot of Bone stuff. Soul Eater, Darling in the Franxx. So I'm gonna give this one a shot because it does seem fairly interesting. And I also want to see what he's up to. Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, probably not. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. I'm not really into Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. It's not saying it's wrong for anyone. It's valid if you like it, but it's not my cup of tea. Pari P. Kome, the Tokyo party scene isn't near ready for the Star General of the Three Kingdoms era, but he sure is ready for it. Get down and shake your thing and prepare to laugh out loud with this historical fantasy time slip comedy, Ya Boy Kanming. You know what? PA Works, I'll give it a shot. It doesn't sound interesting, but PA Works has made things that shouldn't sound interesting very interesting. Sakura Quest is one of them. So maybe they'll pull another miracle out of their hat. Estab Life, Great Escape. Polygon Pictures, immediately no. I'm sorry, immediately no. And I'm not even going to read that. Anything by Polygon Pictures is going to be garbage. I'm sorry. No, I'm not watching that. Shadowverse F, Flame, probably not. I'm just not going to lie. Moto, Majime ne Fumu, Jime, Kaiketsu, Zorori, 3rd season, probably not. So that's all the series. Now, what do we got in terms of TV shorts? Kaginado season 2 is coming. I'm so excited. I love season 1. It was so great. It's like 3 to 5 minutes per episode, and it's like all the key anime, and it's just it was so fucking adorable. Yatogame-chan Kansatsu Nikki 4. I do not know it, but maybe if I can watch the rest of it in time, which shouldn't be that hard because it's all TV shorts. Insect Land, anime based on nature learning picture books, which explore the lives of insects, also celebrating the themes of ecology and diversity. That could be interesting. Yeah, or I'll put maybe. That could be interesting. Kakume, Battleman, DX. Yeah, no, I'm good. But yeah, no. So that being said, that's the list. Let me go ahead and scroll back to the top here. That's the list for this season, for the spring 2022. What are you most interested in watching? Let me know in those comments down below. Give me 3. You know, if you're watching to this point, thank you for 1. But give me 3 titles that you are more than likely going to watch. And let me know why. Like, what do you look for in new anime? Do you look for established series? Do you look for new series? Are you more of a TV shorts person? Let me know all of that in the comments below. But not before hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell icon, and so you can be notified next time I post a new video. Also, let me know, what do you think about this format? Do you like videos like this? I know this is gonna be about an hour long. You know, do you like videos where I just kind of go off the cuff? Because, you know, I'm thinking I might do more of them just because, you know, it's getting very hard to have a pre-scripted video ready each week. So it might be easier if one week or so I just make a video where I just talk about anime for an hour. But yeah, let me know all that in the comments. In the meantime, this has been Pixcelation, reminding all of you to stay pixelated, and I'll see you next time.